Hey everybody, it's KennedyHawk. We are continuing our new player month here, taking Black Panther leadership, the Captain Marvel deck we just ran, but with Black Panther instead as the hero, up against standard Ultron. And we've shuffled everything already, but I'm going to shuffle my player deck one more time for good measure, because the first thing we're going to do is take a drone off the top of our deck and place it face down in front of us. So Ultron is nasty, he steals combo cards from your deck, but I think Black Panther has a pretty favorable matchup against Ultron because these little drones have 1 health to start with. So because you have Retaliate 1, after a drone strikes against you, you'll usually defeat it, meaning that's 1 less thing for you to maintain. Let's just shuffle the villain deck a little bit. I'm going to put that drone minion out there engaged with me, so that could be a really important card. You never know. It's part of the blast here. All right, so let's draw our opening hand. We have a Get Ready, a Wakanda Forever, a Get Ready, a Lead from the Front, a Hawkeye, and an Ancestral Knowledge. And we're going to take all 6 of those cards and pitch them away. The nice thing about mulliganing with Black Panther is you're going to be able to go find one of those Black Panther upgrades in your deck, which is nice. But you're also looking for the Golden City really early on. So pushing through our deck faster can only help accelerate that. And we get a pretty trashy hand still. So let's go ahead and search for a Black Panther upgrade. And I think what we're going to grab to start with is, oh, they were clustered right there. Tactical Genius, Panther Claws, Vibranium Suit, Energy Daggers. Let's grab Energy Daggers. I think that's a really good one against Ultron. Choose a player, deal 1 damage to the villain for each enemy engaged with that player, 2 instead if this is the final step in a sequence. So you're going to be able to get rid of all those drones. Even if you go in expert mode in stage 3 Ultron, the drones have even more health. So just a preview for a future episode for us. Did we get any allies in our opening hand that draw cards? We got a Hawkeye that we could make the call, but I don't know if that's the right call to make. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and make the call. Vibranium. Wow. Power of Leadership for a Mansion to draw a card. We draw an Inspired. Not super helpful. We're going to flip up and pay 2 for an Energy Daggers. And we'll pitch this Wakanda Forever. It's not super helpful to us yet. And we're just going to pop Ultron for 2, because that drone's going to die to our Retaliate, like we said. So let's draw our second set of 5 here, our second hand. We've got Triskelion, Maria Hill, Panther Claws, Wakanda Forever, and a Genius. So that's a pretty good setup for us. Alright, the villain's turn begins. They're going to place 1 threat on the main scheme. Ultron is going to attack us, and we're just going to face tank this first one. So it's a 2 plus a 0. He pitches an Assault, which is great for us. So we take 2 damage, and Ultron is going to take 1 because of our Retaliate. This little drone will ping us for 1, and we'll take 1 going to our discard pile. There goes Nick Fury. That would have been nice in our hand. Ooh, that was on top of our deck. Bummer. After the villain attacks, I have to do a trigger here. After Ultron attacks you, choose to either place 1 threat in the main scheme or place a drone. We're going to place a threat at least until we get our 4 Black Panther upgrades out. We do have a encounter card to deal with, and it's in advance, so Ultron is going to threat out. 1 plus 0 is going to pop us to the next scheme, which creates a drone right away, and basically now drones get created at the beginning of the turn, or we can place extra threat. So real nasty decisions ahead in our future. But first, let's go ahead and use Avengers Mansion to draw into a Vibranium. We will use Genius to play Maria Hill, because that seems like a genius move to draw a card. We will use Vibranium to play Panther Claws, and then we will use let's use Triskelion to play Wakanda Forever. So we get to choose the order here. We're going to Energy Daggers once, which hits everybody for 1, including this drone. And then we're going to pop the villain for 4. Maria doesn't need to thwart, so I'm actually going to keep her. Let's have her punch for 1. Just get some action going. And we're going to hold on to this Make the Call, because Nick Fury is in our discard pile, and that's going to help us accelerate our deck. So we have a Tactical Genius, an Energy, a Get Ready, and a Power of Leadership. So we can use those 4 to play a Nick Fury and draw 3 more, getting to our Golden City and things like that faster. But first, the villain's going to go. They're going to place 1 threat, and we have the option of extra threat, which we'll place since we're planning to bring Nick Fury out. He's going to attack us. Maria's got 1 life left, so she will block. She blocks a 3 damage attack. And then we have to place a drone or place a threat. We will place a threat. And we've got one encounter card to deal with. And it's a Rage of Ultron. Ultron attacks you, so he is going to attack us one more time for 3 damage. That's going to put us down to 5, and he will take 1 from Retaliate. And I believe Rage of Ultron is discard the top card of your deck for each damage dealt by this attack. So we're losing 3 cards. Lead from the front, make the call, and Vibranium. Not a Black Panther upgrade, which is good. And it's our go. Let's draw the top card of our deck. It is the Golden City. Oh, we're going to draw so many cards this turn. We're going to make the call with 4 for a Nick Fury. And he'll draw us 3 more cards. We will... Oh my gosh. We don't have a Wakanda Forever to play for this turn, so I think Nick Fury and Black Panther will just thwart. Feels a little bad flipping down on Nick Fury turn, but I think this is what we should do while the threat's at 0. We're going to use Vision and Helicarrier to play the Golden City, which is going to draw us 2 more cards. We'll use Wakanda Forever and Helicarrier to play a Vibranium Suit. We're going to hold on to Tactical Genius for next turn. So we're drawing the rest of our deck and 1 card, so we are dealt an encounter card here. Shuffling our player deck a couple times. So in our hand we've got Shuri, Strength, Lead from the Front, Adventurous Mansion, and Tactical Genius. Shuri could fish out an Inspired, but she's not super important right now. If we could get a Helicarrier out this turn, our setup is basically complete. So we get 1 more card, because we get 6 cards. It's a Get Ready. And the villain phase begins. So 1 threat in the main scheme. We can create a drone or place more threat. We're going to create a drone because we're already creating a threat sink because of the scheming that Ultron's about to do now. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. So he's up to 4 threat on the main scheme. And this little drone is going to scheme for 1. So he's up to 5. And we have 2 encounter cards to deal with. The first one is another drone. An advanced Ultron drone. The second one is a Shadows of the Past. Oh boy. So that's going to put out a side scheme. That's going to put out a Killmonger and shuffle some cards into the encounter deck. But luckily, we get a whole turn to deal with that. I haven't actually drawn my... Oh no, I did draw my hand. Did I see any Wakanda Forevers? I did not. But between Mansion and Golden City, hopefully we find 1. Even a Make the Call would work, because it is the end of the round, which means Nick Fury is jumping in our discard pile, ready for us to pull him back out. And I'm going to turn my discard pile sideways so I remember that it's discard and not in play. So those were the encounter cards. Our turn begins. Let's use Golden City, which draws us 2 cards while we're in Alter Ego form. We drew a Helicarrier and a Genius. Let's use Mansion to draw 1 more card. It is the Wakanda Forever. No Make the Calls. Let's go ahead and use Strength and Lead from the Front. No. Strength and Avengers Mansion to play Helicarrier. We can now flip up. Do we want to heal first? Probably not. We're going to go ahead and spend 2 to play Tactical Genius. We will use Get Ready and Lead from the Front to play Shuri. And hopefully this face-down card isn't our one of Inspired. Because there are no other upgrades for Shuri to fish out. It is not, thankfully. So we get an Inspired that we can use to pay for Wakanda Forever. We have a Helicarrier too, so it's not the end of the world. Really, Inspired is just thinning our deck at this point because we want to find more Wakanda Forevers faster. And we have 3 threat on that real nasty side scheme over there. A thing we're definitely going to have to solve. But we've got lots of problems here. So let's go ahead and use Helicarrier to play Wakanda Forever, holding Inspired in hand for now. And we've got to choose what order to do things in. So we're going to heal 1 damage from us onto this drone. So we're going to heal 1, deal a damage to the advanced Ultron drone. We're going to ping everything for 1. So it's going to do 1 to Ultron. It's going to do 1 to this drone and eliminate this other drone using our energy daggers. Now, it's a little tricky. We don't damage Killmonger because he cannot be damaged by Black Panther upgrades. We are going to hit Ultron for... Or should we hit this drone? Let's do it in the other order. Let's hit the drone for 2 first. I guess if we do our AoE, it still doesn't hit the drone we spawn. So we'll do 2 to this drone now, and it will spawn a drone. Annoying, I know. And then we'll remove 2 threat from a scheme, which will usurp the throne. Sure, you'll finish off that hazard side scheme, because we don't need to leave any hazards in play. I think Black Panther has to hit Killmonger and just start working on him. And let's throw away this Inspired and hope we draw into something good here. We've got a Get Ready, a Maria Hill, a Hawkeye, a Vibranium, and a Vision. Still no Make the Calls. Those advanced Ultron drones went into the wrong discard pile. So hopefully we get one soon. Alright, readying everything up. This is going to be a pretty brutal turn. 3 threat going on the main scheme. It's at 8. Ultron is going to attack into Shuri for 2 and spend a Lightning Bolt or create a drone. Yeah, throw away that Hawkeye for that Lightning Bolt, that's for sure. Shuri's dead. These 2 will attack us for 3 total. By these 2, I mean Killmonger and our little drone. Killmonger will take 1, and this drone will be defeated, getting rid of an Ancestral Knowledge. We've got 1 encounter card, and it is a Drone Factory, which is going to be a 5 threat side scheme, and spawn drone. Alright, we need the top deck gods to be with us, and draw us a something good. I don't know. Let's create a card first, or create a drone. Alright, let's go ahead and use Mansion to draw a card. It's a Wakanda Forever. That's super helpful. Let's use a Vibranium to play Maria Hill, drawing another card. It's a Make the Call. That's also really helpful. Unfortunately, we can't Helicarrier into Nick Fury, but we can flip down and play Nick Fury. I just don't know if that's actually what we want to do. Let's go ahead and Helicarrier our Wakanda Forever. So we will ping everything for 1. It's got to get rid of this little side drone. Not hit Killmonger, though, obviously. We will heal 1 from ourselves onto Ultron, putting him down to 4. We really don't want to knock Ultron out either, so we have to be a little bit careful here. We're going to punch Ultron for 2 with our claws, and then remove 2 threat with our last trigger. Maria will also remove 2 threat, which doesn't seem like a bad plan right now. Just get that main scheme under control. Black Panther will swing into Killmonger, knocking him out. So everything is exhausted. We are now safe to flip down, and we can use Golden City to draw 2 cards. We get a Mockingbird and a Triskelion, so we can now make the call into Nick Fury to draw 3 more cards, which I don't know if that's the best plan, but we're going to do it. 2 Wakanda Forevers and a lead from the front. Let's throw away that lead from the front. Nick Fury will just thwart for 2. Not the best plays using Nick Fury and Alter Ego, but it's just what we have. What we have in front of us is what we have. So, readying everything up, we're going to draw 4 cards to go with our Wakanda Forevers. So, Energy, Make the Call, Vibranium, and Power of Leadership. Ultron is going to get 1 threat, and we're going to let him create a drone. He's going to scheme for 1 plus 0, which is really good for us. Drone will scheme for 1. And we did have an acceleration token out there, so we're at 6 threat in the main scheme. We have an encounter card, which is a program transmitter. After Ultron schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme, exhaust your hero, and spend mental to discard this card. So that is a real problem for us if we plan to keep flipping. But it is our go. Let's go ahead and Golden City 2 cards into our hand. Nick Fury gets discarded, but we've got a boat ton of resources. So let's use Vibranium and Energy along with Make the Call to replay that Nick Fury, drawing 3 cards. That's going to deck us out. But we have 3 playable Wakanda Forevers in hand, which seems game-shatteringly good. Never recovered again. Tell your friends at home. Alright, in our hand we have 3 copies of Wakanda Forever, 2 Power of Leadership, a Helicarrier, and a lead from the front. We still have a Mansion, so let's use it. Drawing into a double resource? Nope, into a lead from the front. We're going to flip up. I'd like to play Mockingbird, and I think we have just enough resources to do it. We're going to pitch 2 lead from the fronts to play a Mockingbird. That is going to stun case he wasn't stunned enough by our lead hack skills here. Stunned tokens always hide from me. We're going to stun Ultron with Mockingbird. We're going to use 1 Power of Leadership to play Wakanda Forever. And we're going to Energy Daggers everything for... We're going to... No. We're going to punch for 2 with Panther Claws. So that's going to push us to the next phase of Ultron, who has 22 health. Then we're going to Energy Daggers everything for 1. It's going to kill this drone and hit Ultron for 1. Then we're going to remove 1 threat from a scheme, which will be the main scheme, and we're going to heal 2 from ourselves onto Ultron. So we just added 3 damage. Those should be 2 2s. Okay. He's at 19. He should be at 1 less. No, we healed 2, we hit him for 1. He should be at 19. We're good. We're good at math. All right, let's do it again. Power of Leadership for Wakanda Forever. So we have 2 more Wakanda Forevers. Basically, you can cap out at like 6 damage from a Wakanda Forever. So we could hit him for 12 here. So we could hit him for 12 with Wakanda Forever by doing heal for 1, Energy Daggers, deal 4 with Panther Claws. We have another one we could play from Helicarrier to do 12 damage. He's have 7 left then. Mockingbird, Maria, and Nick can hit him for 4. So that puts him down to 3 health. But I think the safer thing to do is to remove a little bit more threat first. So we're going to do 2 with Panther Claws. We're going to do 1 with Energy Daggers. I think I'm only going to remove 1 threat this time. And I'm going to heal 2 again. I may have removed 2 threat last time, so I'm going to put 1 back out there because I think I cheated. I'm going to heal 2 and turn that 5 into a 3. So he's down to 14. Let's go ahead and Helicarrier our last Wakanda Forever. This time we're only going to heal 1, so that will deal 1. We're going to remove 1 threat down to 4. We're going to Energy Daggers for 1, and we're going to pop him for 4 with Panther Claws at the end. So he is down to 8. Which seems 1 off. I probably messed something up there. Let's just put him to 9 so we can feel better. We're going to pop him for 4 with our allies here. That is going to eliminate Maria Hill. Which is okay, because we've got 2 allies and a stunned. We do have 2 encounter cards this turn, though, so that worries me a little bit. And we're going to draw up. So we have Vision, Make the Call, Get Ready, Wakanda Forever, and Vibranium. The villain is going to get 1 threat, and we're going to let him place a drone. He is going to not attack us, but the drone will attack us for 1 and then get knocked out. And actually, he gets 2 threat because of the acceleration token on Drone Factory over here. Droid Factory. What is this, Star Wars? We've got 2 encounter cards. Ultron drones. Drones now have more health. That's okay. And, ooh, an advance. Ultron is going to scheme for 3 and pay a mental or create a drone. I'm okay creating a drone. So he's going to scheme for 3, which is going to put us to 9 threat on the main scheme. He also places 1 threat on each side scheme, but luckily not enough to pop the main scheme. And it's our go. So, you know the drill here. Nick Fury goes away. We have him make the call on 4 resources, so we replay Nick Fury. He comes out and draws us 3. And I think we're going to seal it with the Wakanda Forever in hand. So let's just use Helicarrier to Wakanda Forever. We are at 8 health, so we can heal for 2 to deal 2 to Ultron. It's going to put him down to 3. We can Energy Daggers him and this drone for 1, but now the drone has 2 health because of upgraded drones. We can remove 1 threat from the main scheme. We healed 2 right away, so we're doing 2 at the end with our Panther Claws. So 2 plus 1 plus 2, 5 damage. Ultron is defeated. We obviously had pretty good board state here, but there was a lot of threat out there. If we had let this go on a little bit longer, we may have ran into trouble. So that was standard Ultron. Next, we're going to go through and play against all of them on Expert. I'm going to be a little bit cleaner with my gameplay because it's going to matter a lot more and we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to try out the Gauntlet, of course, at Villains again, and see how well this game has aged over the many years that I have now played it, which seems like an infinity gauntlet number of years. Thanks for tuning in as always. If you have any gameplay tips for new players playing Ultron, be sure to leave them in the comments below. People would love to read them, and so would I. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one.